What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We are on, I don't remember the name of the map, to be honest. I believe it's by MRG. It's a 4X map. It's based in Minnesota, and it is a beta or alpha map here. We are going to be checking out the new Prairies and Plains DLC. So, let's go ahead and see where that might be. I think it's all big equipment, so nothing in small. Oh, we do have something here in medium. We've got a versatile 175 here, not too shabby. You can put the front loader on her. You can put the sensors on it as well for precision farming. You can have the front 3-point, or you can go with the weight system here. And we've got Trelleborg, we've got Michelin, Continental, Midas, Vertisten, or something like that, BKT. Let's go ahead and pop some Continentals on there. And you can go the 175, which is 195 horse, or the 195, which is 215, or the 210, which is 220. Man, this is kind of confusing, but why not just make them to power to horse? What? You got, and then back down to the 175. So that's how we're going to spec this one out. Let's go ahead and lease that sucker. Then into large tractors, we should have some more, and we do. We've got more of the versatile. So we've got a 275 here with 550 kg. We're going to set it to US spec. And I'm gonna, well, hold on, let's see. What do we got? Oh, looky here. Wait a minute. Yo, I kind of like that. How high does that engine go up to? Whew, 400 on her. Hot dang. We're just going to keep it dropped down here at the 300 horsepower. Let's go ahead and pick that one up for release. We've got Ford tractors in the game now. Very cool to see the Ford brand officially in the game. Hopefully this means, even though I know they're technically the same company but different, like a sub-brand or whatever you want to consider it, hopefully this means we'll be able to get some Ford trucks actually in the game. That would be a nice next step. But we can pop front weights on there. Where does it put those? Oh, wait. Does it go inside of there? What is the D? Oh, underneath? Yeah, that's where it puts them. Interesting. Additional weight. My God, let's just make this sucker heavy, dude. Wheel setup. Can I? Oh, yeah. Wait. Do we have any that aren't clamp on? No? What do we got here? I want to see if what we've got around. Some different options here. Let's check out the Michelins, check out the Continentals. Oh, man, they just like go wide or not. Okay. Pretty basic on all of that. That's an interesting tire. Let's do... I don't know, man. I can't quite decide. Let's just keep it with this. Why not? Let's just roll with this. We're going to pick this one up. Ooh, no, we're not spending that much money. Then we've got a big old versatile articulated here as well. We are going to weigh this sucker out and see what we've got. Okay, so it looks like we got the same tire situation for the most part. I'm going to put the narrow twins on. Why not? We've got another Ford here, a little bit bigger. You know the drill. Put some weight on there. Oh, up to trips, baby. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's happening. What about this one? Does this one go up to trips? Pop the weight on there. Why not? Let's see. Let's go Continental on here. Yeah, dude. All right. Let's pick up this one, too. And then they get even bigger. This is Big Roy. This thing is huge. 600 horsepower. Looks like a darn train, dude. Can't customize much on it, but we can go ahead and lease it. And then, of course, we've got the big old Delta track. A tracked tractor here. We got crawler track broad. Okay, so it's wide track or not. And then up to 665 on the horse. Let's go ahead and just max that sucker out. Ooh, she expensive. All right, let's see where these all ended up at. Over at the store. So in terms of tractors, I believe this is the majority of it. There could be some that we had missed in the process, but ranging from the biggest all the way down to these, and boom, the smallest fella. Let's go ahead, pump into this one, fire it up, see how it runs, sounds. Got all the full lights on it. I don't have a button that allows me to turn on the rotating warning lights, but you can. I just don't have that set up. The inside, very nice. Got cup holders, always a necessity. Sunroof, buddy seat. I wonder, does this have actual passenger? I don't think any of the tractors in the game have had passenger unless they're modded, which is a little strange to me. If there's a seat there, there should be a butt in the seat. But it is what it is. Now this thing actually goes pretty darn fast, up to 32 miles an hour, 33. A bit faster than the cruise control says. So that is nice, dude. If you want a speedy little tractor, not a bad deal. We are going to get these out in the field, test them out, try them, see how they work. In order to do so, I'm going to go ahead and turn seasons off so that we can just do whatever we need / want here, okay? So we've got the little versatile 175. That thing is pretty nice. So let's go ahead. We're going to do a quick little run around in all of these just to kind of get a feel for them. And then we're going to put some things on the back and get out in the fields. This console, much more intricate on the buttons. No cup holder. Oh, cup holder over here. Buddy seat once again. Very nice. This one goes 26, not quite as fast, but still pretty good speed for a tractor. Honestly, you go that fast, you kind of pucker your butthole a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. That is not bad. Now we're getting into the big boys here. We got the Ford to start us out. Let's go ahead. I really like... Sorry, I'm glitching because, the tires. I really like the detail going on in this engine block. Very cool. You got your oil filters here. You got your hydraulic lines. All looks really cool. In fact, I wonder if I can even see... I'm trying to see if I can see the fan in there. I see the belt right there. I wonder. Maybe from this view, there's a radiator. More hydraulics up underneath. You got more filters, and I would assume maybe that's like the starter going on. Oh, hell. You got your fan right there. You can see it on this side. Very cool. So, we're going to hop up in this big honking thing. Check it out. More old school. Love it, love it. No cup holders. That's very important. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up, though. Nice. So that sets to middle. That goes down there. Do you guys see that? Below the seat. Now let's check this thing out as it rolls forward. Woo! That thing got some power. You can hear it. You got some weight. You got some power. The lights work. Ooh, those top lights don't work. Hey, is that awkward? They work for the flashers, but they are not brake lights. Fascinating, because they're colored like brake lights. That is interesting to can see the drive shaft down there in the middle of the articulation spinning. You see the fan going. We got some movement on the engine up here. You see the belt turn too. I'm not so sure that that belt is moving, but the fan is interesting to say, at least. But pretty good power. Wait, I'll call that a cup holder. You know what I mean? It's not a good one. Your drink's gonna fall over in 5 seconds out in the field, but it'll do. Put a ratchet strap on it, you'll be alright, you know. Now these ones, of course, not very fast. That's not what they're here for. They're here for power. I do like this one. We got the big tires on it, single on this Ford. Very nice. We're gonna now move over to one of the Versatiles. This is one of the smallest articulated Versatiles that we can pick up. Again, good detail going on here on the engine block. I really like all that. You got the fan in here. Trying to see, there's the belts there. Pretty much the same situation, same setup as the Ford, just a different colored block from what I'm seeing. Otherwise, yeah, it all looks pretty much the same. But we've got the twins on her, full set, front, back. Let's go ahead and fire this one up. Take a look. Ew, the inside's even very similar. Look at all this. Yep, this is the inside of the Ford. Very cool. Old handle on the door. Not bad at all. Got your, probably your AC controls right up there. Oh yeah. Let's pull this sucker forward. See how it does. Gonna have the same speed as the Ford that we just hopped out of. But as you can see, this thing is pretty darn nice as well. Do we have the same, yep, top is not brake lights, but it is four-way flashes. It is very interesting. Let me know in the comments down below. I've never used or driven a large articulated tractor like this. Just our farming operation in real life has never called for something this big. So, you guys will have to let me know if that is normal, if that's how those usually are, or if Giant's got something a little wrong. But let's move on over. We got clamp triples on the next Ford here. So I'm going to hop over the tire, take a look down at the engine. It's actually, wait. It's similar. They colored the filters black on this one. You can see you got a... Hold on. Oh, you actually get a little step stool right here. Climb up on. Well, belt tension. Check weekly. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will not. All right. Yeah, everything honestly looks pretty much the same internally. There's some color differences and stuff. We do have the weights on the back because we added all the weights. Got your fuel cap right there. Okay. Let's see how this thing looks inside. Woo! A little different. We got a different dash. Got a very similar lever console over here. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. But we definitely have a new dash on this one. So that's pretty cool. There's your radio up there. Probably in the others as well. Let's go ahead and turn all the lights on, see how they look. Turn on the four-ways. Flash up top, flash up top. And let's fire this sucker on up. You got all kinds of hydraulic ports right back here, 8 of them. You also got your power, your direct power there. Pull this thing forward, goes about the same speed as the other ones. So it seems like that's going to be a consistent theme. You can really see that fan moving on this one. It's a little bit more opened up on that inside. The only thing I'm noticing is this one I don't see the belts as much. So it's interesting. The design has changed a little bit between the engines, but overall they're very similar in how they're built, which, you know, makes sense. You try to keep things as similar as possible, make as few changes as you can, I would imagine. But again, brake lights are only in the rear, not up on top, and it has a pretty decent little turn radius on it for having trip tires on there. That's kind of crazy. And they look like a clamp on, which is okay. I would like to see some other options for the tires, but you know, clamp on, very, very common to get in farming simulators, so definitely not something we're unused to. Check this one out here. We're looking inside, checking the engine bay over again. There are some subtle differences going on here, and I like this. So this is a big, beefy engine. Looks really good. How's it look over here? Okay. Okay. Looks like for this one and that Ford, the belt design might be kind of up. I'm trying to point at it, but between there, up underneath there. It's kind of hard for us to see. But it looks good overall. Got the trip sonar as well, of course. Let's walk back here. You got your articulation, your hydraulics run through. I love that they have all of this. You can read all of this too. It's very cool. Farm Sim back in the day, these would just be blurry blobs. You would not be able to see what they even said. They've come a long ways in that kind of detail and clarity of this kind of information. So, same amount of hydraulic ports with a direct power, drawbar right back here. And once again, clamp on the duals. Let's hop up into this old 1156 and see how she does. Looks like we went back to the older style dash, not the digital readout. I don't know if that's... Well, yeah, I guess it technically was. The old school digital readout was on the Ford, but this one falls back to the ones we were driving beforehand. And no buddy seats have been in these. Let's go ahead, fire her up. It sounds good, dude. I'm excited to get out in the field and use these. We're going to take it just for a little spin. Looks like it's going to be about the same speed, about the same situation. Put on our flashers here. They work on the top. Now that does make sense, and these flashers don't have as much of a red tint to them. So maybe they are just flashers. Those are kind of orange tint, so that would make sense. Whereas I could have swore these other ones were more red, but maybe I was just seeing this wrong. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander if I can. If I can figure out how not to fall down. Walk over here. Jump. Oh! Well, they are orange. Okay. I might just eat my words there, boys. These are definitely intended to be flashers, not brake lights and flashers. So, is that the case on up here? Hold on. Let me scooch over. No, these ones are definitely red. These ones are definitely red. So these ones, as red, generally that would mean it's a brake flasher combo. But as we'd seen previously, they did not do so, and now I want to check this one because I'm pretty sure they were red too. Yeah. Yeah, they are. They are red as well. Really nice on the textures of these, though. Like, that looks super real. That's exactly what the texture of these are. But that's interesting. So, you get up to the bigger level here of this Ford, this Versatile, and perhaps so on. We haven't looked at them yet. But they have the actual orange tip lights on top. Makes sense. These ones, I feel like, should also be a brake light. But maybe they're not. Don't know. Like I said, I've never used these huge tractors like this. So we're going to run on over, check out possibly one of the biggest tractors that we could take. The train is what I like to call it. Look at this thing. It literally just looks like a locomotive going down the road. Insane. You could swap those tires out for whatever the train wheels are, and I would believe you that this was a train, dude. Like, crazy. But very cool overall. I'm trying to look around here. So it looks like, I'm thinking maybe these handles. Okay, one second. Yeah, that's okay. That's exactly what it is. So that's cool. These handles pull out the ladders on both sides. Very, very cool. So that's how you get up onto that platform to walk in. Your engine is behind you on this big bad boy. We got a rain cap flap on it. Nice. Love to see it. We've got another set of 4 on the hydraulic, and I'm not seeing any electric, any power here. Are you? Maybe it's tucked up under there? No? Interesting. Must not come with that. Look at that. That's cool. That is cool stuff. Okay. Sorry, I'm nerding out over all the moving parts. Let's go ahead and hop back up. The ladders go in. And we're going to turn on our lights. See how they all look. Turn on our 4-ways. Yeah, everything looks good. The 4-ways up top are orange. So definitely not going to be brake lights on that one. Oh! This thing got it's got a kind of a bit of a nice whistle to it. You hear that? I don't know. Let me do that again. Hold on. Let's get another acceleration. Yeah, dude. That's nice. I love the sound of this one. Now check this out. You've got a rear-facing camera that doesn't actually work. I imagine that's for an optimization reason. You know, the more cameras you have, just like the more mirrors you have, those are, you know, more rendering of cameras and things around you and the environment. So that's why, like on many other monitors, that it's just a static image. But it would be really cool if that actually worked, because you clearly cannot see behind you. But even still, this is a very unique interior here. You can see our throttle pulling off, our clutch go in when we clutch in. That is nice. Very cool. And then we do have a couple buddy seats back here, by the way. One there and one there. You can take all your friends booze cruising down the road in this one or something, man. You can go to the bar, get you something to drink, you know. Just don't drive and drink. And if you do, I guess don't let the cops see you. I'm excited for this one. We're definitely going to pull something huge for that, because that thing is cool. That might be my favorite one that we've checked out so far. But we got one more here to look at before we start pulling some implements around in the ground. This is the Versatile 620 DT. Dual track, I imagine, is what that, or Delta track is what that stands for. You can, again, step up, open up the hood. We've got, what's going on here? Is this was this a drag rope? Like a grounding rope? Is that what that's intended to be? Is that intended to be used for pulling? A tow rope? I don't know, man. It goes back here. Oh, okay. Okay. It's a safety. All right. So, like, if your articulation right here comes apart, you have this safety chain. Keep it attached. I imagine that's what's going on there. Run around to the back. Drawbar. Drawbar with a unique set of ports here. I'm trying to see what's going on the bottom side of these. You see this? Little black, white boxes with the black tip that looks like you can unscrew. I don't know what's going on there. Again, I've never used these in real life. They look like a hanger bracket with something just sitting in them. I don't know what that is, but we do have a PTO here, power takeoff, and all kinds of hydraulic ports on this one, dude. Looks like we've got a set of 6, and then another set of 6 going on. So we got 12 hydraulic lines. Good Lord. Check out that engine bay a little bit. Very clean. You got your filters branded right on the side. You can see these are the latches to undo the hood and flip it open. Not a whole lot more going on this side. I got some hydraulic lines and all kinds of stuff. You can see the fan up in there. Very neat overall. We got big, huge hydraulic I forget the exact word. I'm going to call them pistons. I think that's what they're called off the top of my head. And those things are definitely what turns this back here. Looks like, what is going on here? You can remove this top pin. I wonder. Oh, is that just to hold your... No, that drawbar pin's way bigger. What's this one for? Let me know in the comments down below if any of you have ever driven one of these kind of tractors. What's going on with this pin? I am indeed curious. But very cool. Fuel cap on the right side on this one. Alright, enough looking around at it. Let's get it driving and see how it handles here. This is the most modern inside large one that we have come to. We got proper cup holders. Love to see it. Got a nice console here. Got a monitor. Got your mirrors, your vents. You got your AC and probably radio controls up here. I wish we could turn on the dome lights inside. That would be very, very nice. Just, you know, there's a lot of things, and this isn't me complaining necessarily about the DLC, but this is just a general reality of base game Giants created content for Farm Sim. A lot of this stuff in here I would love to interact with. You know, I would love to be able to turn on the AC. I would love to be able to turn on the dome light. I'd love to be able to turn on the radio and actually see these differences. I'd love to be able to actually cycle through stuff on that monitor there. But I understand, you know, simple, optimized. We got a whole lot of cup holders in here, by the way, buddy seat included. Now this thing actually boogies pretty well. It goes a little faster than the other big ones we were looking at. Seeing how this would be a newer built tractor here. It goes up to about 21. Let's turn on all of the lights. Get an idea of how they look, how they work. Let's go ahead and put on the four ways if I can. Oh, they're down. Okay, they're on the side. Are those the only four ways that exist on this? Yes. This enormous tractor has two tiny little four ways. Are you kidding me? That's definitely interesting, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. But hey, I guess that's how they wanted it designed. If you can't see this thing coming down the road, you got a problem. So now that we've checked out, at least for a quick little drive, all those tractors, we're going to put some stuff on the back of these tractors now. And do bear with me. It is most definite that I will probably miss a few things here and there. I should mention there are some more actual drivable pieces of equipment. I just got to find out where they are. So here, this comes with the Plains and Prairie DLC. It is a big Fendt sprayer. Very cool to see. I love these style of sprayers. I would love to see more American brand stuff going on, but, you know, Fendt is a good brand overall, so can't complain too much. You got the liquid, got the fertilizer spreader, the solid spreader, and then, oh, we got another version. That's nice. This is neat. So this one actually spreads out. This is a fertilizer spreader out of the boom arms, whereas this one is your back disc spreader, like what you're more accustomed to seeing. So that is actually really cool to see. Then, of course, you got your liquid spray. Engine setup, you can bump that thing up to 365 on the horsepower. We're got Trelleborg on there right now. Let's go ahead and swatch. Woo, you can get some big old fat Continentals on there. Wow. Wasn't expecting that one. A bunch of big fat tires on there. What do we got? Wides, narrows. Do we have any narrow doubles? I would love to see double narrows, but I'm not thinking that's going to be the case. Nope. No double narrows, my boys. But your tank, you can size up that tank. So we got 1,100 gallons. You can bump it up to 1,300 gallons. Very cool. Working with right now is set to 27 meters. You can go up to 40 meters on that. That is huge. That looks proper. I love that. Weed spot spraying, so you can put the smart spray system on there. which puts all of this. I'll toggle that back off, back on. So this is something that will be with like precision farming side of things. I'm going to go ahead and put the these right up here. You can see these sensors. These are once again with precision farming related, and this being a sprayer, it only makes sense. We also have pulse width modulation. Now I don't know. Control each individual nozzle separately. Very cool. Very enables a uniform application regardless of speed and cornering. I like that. So you got a lot of smart technology you can toss on these. Of course, that is probably more in line with the precision farming DLC, which you can get for free for Farming Simulator. But let's go ahead, lease this for $31,000. That's an expensive lease. That's what my car costs. And let's see what else we got. I want to see some of the big old tillage equipment if I can. So let's take a look. Nothing new for tillage in here. Not that I'm seeing. What about plows? Nothing in plows. Disc harrow. We do have a disc harrow. So we got a new Salford disc harrow. That is actually very nice. I really like the look of that. Let's go ahead and pop that thing down. 600 horse needed. And let's take a look at the seeders here. So we've got the Seed Hawk right here. Now this, I believe, you do have to have the next attachment, which is the big seed tank that would go on it. No settings to be changed or messed with. We'll go ahead and lease that as well. Combinations. Yep, there it is. You got this gigantic Seed Hawk tank. So this thing holds all your seed and whatnot. You got rear twins or just the standard single. That's about all the customization we can do to her. So let's go ahead and pick that up as well. And now let's check out. Do we have anything? Yes, we have a new planter here. Very cool. Tracked. Nice. Looks nice overall. Okay. Not too shabby. Looks like load from the rear there. Kind of like that. Let's go ahead and lease it. No customization on her. We do also get a new Brandt gravity wagon here, or grain cart, excuse me. This thing is massive, absolutely massive. 500 horsepower needed to pull it. You got blue, green, gray, and red. Let's go ahead and look at those all separate. So there's the green, there is the gray, there is the red. Looks good, looks good. I like that classic blue going on. So we are going to go ahead and just lease that as well. Check it out. We also get a new trailer here. This is a, what's that say? Trout River? I'm not familiar, so forgive me. But it's a bottom rear lift. Looks very interesting. I'm definitely curious to see what we could do with this. So you got some color configuration, actually a lot of color configuration. I'm just going to go ahead and lease it as that is. But it'll haul just about anything and everything, as you can see right down here. These two sprayers, the Smart Spray sprayers, those come with Precision Farming. They are not part of the Plains and Prairie DLC. They're part of the free Precision Farming DLC. But this right here, the Salford Air Boom Applicator. Now this is very cool. I'm excited to see this. This makes me want to do some real big level farming. Usually I go for smaller, smaller sort of setups, but this is pretty darn nice. Now I'm a little curious here. So I'm going through all of the different tire options, and not one of them allows you to change off the standard. So I'm asking my question here. Why did you even include this in the list? Why is wheel setup as an option? you don't actually get to set up any, but it is what it is. We're going ahead and lease that sucker. Do we get any slurry tanks? Yes, we do. Check these out. So we get a few of them. We've got a tracked slurry tank right here. John Deere manure sensing. Well, yes, sir. I'll go ahead and put her on there. You got chassis color options. You got the gray or red. We'll see how that looks. Oh, okay. You got design color of any. You got your main color of any. So you can customize it however you like. We're going to just pick it up as is. Then we move up to GEA. And these come with the Prairie and Plains DLC. Now, interestingly enough, I'm actually using a mod in a different save where I believe I have this one here, or one along this level, this kind. So it is very cool to see that it's actually officially in the game now. We're going to go ahead and pick both these up. We got US and EU design, but we're going to stick with US. Put the John Deere manure sensing system on there, that box right there. And let's check. Do I get to change any of the tires? Oh, yeah, we get one. We get one. We got standard and standard 2, baby. Anything else? No, just that one. Okay. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and pick that one up. That's super cheap on the lease, by the way. And this one as well. Check the colors. Rim colors is what you can do. Very cool. And going to be the same tire situation on this one, so we're just going to lease with the BKT on there. No new slurry tools. Slurry transport, however, we do have one with GE. Oh, my Lord. Thing's huge. Good Lord. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. You know what I'm saying? What are these color options for? Rim? Oh! Okay, that's cool. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Again, super cheap on the lease. Not bad. Check weeders. Nothing new there. Rollers. Nothing new there. Consumable. Well, I doubt anything new. Yeah, nothing new. Do we have any new harvesters? No. New grain headers? No. Corn headers? No. Special headers? No. Header trailers? No. Windrowers? No, it's a MacDon pack. That's what that's part of. Any forage harvesters? Nope. 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 Levelers? No. Silo compact, consumables. Any new mowers? Probably not. This is all going to be more groundwork stuff. So I highly doubt we're going to get any hay items there. But let's just go click through all of these to make sure. I want you guys to know that we are doing the most thorough check of all this equipment that I can provide you. So give me one moment. I'm going to click through the rest of these. I'll be right back. Okay, I've officially gone through every category. And to my knowledge, I mean, other than these little things here, which I highly doubt we have. We do actually have, for that versatile, we can put on that one that could take the front loader. So if you guys want it, I can lease that and show you what it looks like on there. We can customize it. But otherwise, nothing new in all of the categories that I have gone through. So that should be just about everything. These are the last few to check right here. Yep, that is now everything. Oh, I lie. We get a new international truck. My Lord. Oh, she's pretty. She's beautiful. Oh, my goodness. I love this truck, actually. You can customize the heck out of it. You got a day cab. You can get the sleeper. You can get the flat top sleeper. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and bump that engine up. Take the aero parts off. Ooh, look at her. Put those aero parts back on. Let's see, we got a painted or plastic. Let's go plastic. Mirrors, yes, no. Let's go no. Sun shield, yes, no. Let's do yes. Main color, of course, you can make it any color you want. Boop, pink truck. Or a nice, crazy lime green truck. But I don't know what do we want on there. I think we just make this one a nice... Actually, hold on. How's that beige look? Yeah, it's a little too shiny for me. I could customize that, but I'm not going to. It's a shiny truck. My Lord. It's got an interesting color scheme to it, but I like it. That's neat. Let's go ahead and lease this thing, too, so we can check it out. Yep, nothing in the cars and nothing in miscellaneous. So we've officially checked out absolutely everything. So this is the next set of stuff for us to look at right here. Let's start out with the big, beautiful Fendt sprayer. So hop inside and you've got all kinds of goodies here. Look at this. What is going on? What are you beeping at me for? Oh. So it blinks when you're not... When you're neutral, it blinks. And then it shows you the direction you're in when you're in that gear. Interesting. Got a buddy seat. Little cubby. We got a drink holder. Those are essential. Y'all already know. Monitors for days. Got a closed up. Looks like it could be opened up to a sun. Nope. Nope. Just a regular closed up roof. This thing is pretty neat though. Let's go ahead and unfold it. I want to see how it looks. Full spread here, boys. Put on the four ways. Turn on the lights. Get an idea of how they all look together. So this thing's already massive. Just massive, dude. That's a good sprayer. You can get through some acres with that one right there. We got crop sensors we can turn on. That's precision farming going on there. You can... Oh, the steering mode. This thing has a toggleable steering mode. So it's got all wheel steer on her right now. Okay. That helps making nice tight turns. Then we can do front wheel steering. Right? That's like a standard vehicle, what you'd be used to. And then we have crab steering to the left. This is cool. This is cool. So you can... Yeah. Yo. Check it. Let's see it. Crab steer to the right now. See? Look at this. This is what it means to crab steer. You see how we're off-centered? We're like moving off axis. Right? We're still moving straight and stuff. But because we have full control of all four, we can like make ourselves sideways and continue still straight. That's cool stuff to see. Not very often I use crab steer. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you have ever used it in real life on one of these pieces of equipment, let me know. What situation did you find yourself in that was useful? I hit the sign. That's what you get for having a gigantic 40-foot boom on her. Alright, I run myself over too. That's good. Now we're moving on to all of the pullables. All of the implements that we're going to use on them tractors. Well, I'm going to put the International here. Again, this is a nice truck. This would be a great company truck. You want to do some like logistic trucking. For the longest time, I've been wanting to do some kind of server where the main goal of the server is logistics, like warehouse work, trucking, you know, those sorts of things. But then you need farms running on that server in order to really be doing it, and so I just haven't taken the time to sort that one all out. But I think it would be really fun to have a bunch of people get on and, you know, working together. You got warehouse workers, you got truckers, and you know, of course, those that want to work on the farms would be able to do so as well. This truck is pretty darn nice. I like it. Got a good horn on her. Looks good to me. Let's go ahead and tab back down here because we're going to get started on these old big bad boys. In fact, I think you're one of my highest horsepower fellas, so let me give you a little jaunt over here. I think we're going to put... I know that other... Where'd it go? There it is. That tractor is our highest horsepower. So I'm probably going to put that on the seeder just to be safe. But I will go ahead and hook up to the Salford here. I'm going to take it out and see how it looks when we give it a little rip through the field. We'll find a field that we happen to own and rip it up here. Looks like we own this little 3 right here. Might as well play around in the mud for a little bit. So yeah, it would be cool if that camera worked in there. This thing ain't fast by any means. We're going to get it unfolded and we're going to plow up our beautiful soybeans we got here. Woo, she big. That thing got some girth on it. Alright, got her set down. Oh, you can feel the weight. You can feel the weight. This thing got some power, but even still, you can feel that. That's a lot. That works really, really well. Now, of course, even though it doesn't have a GPS in Farm Sim, you can use GPS with it, just like with all pieces of equipment. Very, very cool feature with 25. I love the GPS that they got in. Is it like super advanced where you can do all the like skipper row setup and blah 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 blah? No, but it works great. And when you plow up a field, let's say you plow 2 fields together, it updates itself to the new most optimal route or however you want to see it. It's just very cool overall. They did a good job for the most part. Some corners can be too sharp that it can't round the corner, even when it should really be able to. You know, you got some small little quirks like that, but overall, dude, it does work really, really well. Let's check that all out. Let's get an interior view here. So again, with this bad boy, you cannot see much behind you, but even still, you can see that reaches out a pretty good ways there. This thing just drives right along. Doesn't have any trouble. I mean, this is a big Salford, I believe it's a disc here we've got, or a disc harrow is what category you find it in. And it is pulling through that without really any issue. 12 mile an hour, that's pretty darn good. So next thing I want to see, and I'm not going to put seed in it so I can turn it on, but I just want to see the size of it and how this thing handles it for power, pulling it through the ground. We're going to hook up first to the actual seeder, and then we will hook up to the actual seed tank there. Ooh, okay, articulated, Jake, remember, articulated. Boop. All right, there we go. Hydraulics all hook up. Very good. It's a good thing we use this tractor. There's only a good number of hydraulics. My Lord. And then now we got double articulation, everyone's favorite thing to mess with in the world. Let's go ahead and see if we can't, boop, sneak that back there and get our cart. We did. Sweet. So, of course, just like any normal seeding, you can, with precision farming, mess around with the seed rate, and you can change your seed, of course. That's just a standard deal. You can also set up tram lines with precision farming. We're not going to mess with any of that. I just want to see how this thing pulls this big unit, aside from my abnormal poor driving of how to handle this thing. Like I said, this is overkill for what I've ever done in my life. If we had this in real life, our fields would be done in 2 hours. No more work. All the farm work done in like just a couple hours, dude. I don't know about that. Honestly, it's so big that it would probably take just as long trying to turn the sucker around. But drop it down. Oh, I'm not on the right tool. Drop it down. There we go. Are you working? Let's get back here and see. Should be. Looks like it. Looks like it. Looks like it. Yeah, it is. I just couldn't tell because like there was no weight difference. And not to say that there isn't any weight. It's just this thing has so much power. And I'm not running the PTO. You know, we're not running any more draw off of the engine other than just pulling it through the dirt. But that thing works pretty darn good. You can definitely crank acres on this one. If you're out on like a flat map, some of those massive maps where you just got 200 acre fields or whatever, this is definitely a setup that'll work for you. Back over here in our tiny little versatile 175, I did get that front loader there for this, so I want to see if we have a repair shop of any kind around here, and if we do, then I would like to pull in and make our quick adjustment. This is an interior, but I can't seem to get interiorized. Failures? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pull up in between it, and I won't connect it, and you can get more or less the idea of how it would look, okay? Boop. Okay, so imagine that that was actually connected. That actually looks really, really good. I like that we have a versatile, specific, branded front loader for this piece of equipment. One of my least favorite things is going in here and trying to play the, oh gosh, which size do I need of these? Because half the time, sometimes you can bump the horsepower up on a tractor so much that it's like, oh yeah, you should definitely go with this big one. And then you put it on the tractor, but its whole frame is way too small. It's just got a lot of power. And now you're like, well, that was the wrong call. You know, so it's ironic that it uses the horsepower as kind of the rating to quantify which one you should get. Generally, I always go with the small ones just because the large ones are rather big, unless I have a huge tractor I know is going to need it. But you have no questions at all with this one because it's just the versatile loader for the versatile tractor. And that is nice. But up next, we've got the planter, the grain cart. This goes on the semi. We've got the fertilizer spreader. We've got the slurry tank and another slurry right there. So let's switch it up a little. You know what I'm going to do? Because we're going to do blue on blue, I'm going to grab our big Ford here. And I'm going to put this thing on the grain cart. I think that'll look really good on that. I believe that grain cart down there is Brent branded. We will see here in just a second. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yes? Is it? Brent? Yes. Yep. I believe it is. Yep. So we'll back up to her. Pull it out at an angle like an idiot. Woo-wee. Now that is a big old grain cart, boys. I tell you what. My lord, let's open up that cover. Very nice. Sliding tarp on top. This thing will haul some bushels, boys. Haul some bushels and a half. My lord. I like it. I like it. I like it. That is one heck of a unit, dude. Could you imagine? My lord, I don't even know what life would be like needing this kind of equipment. You gotta farm some serious acres to have all this stuff, man. So, I think that thing takes like 300 some horsepower. This might be a little underpowered for it. Might have to step it up a notch. But I want to see how this looks, how it stacks up to the planter. Because otherwise it might just be perfect. If not, then it can absolutely handle the fertilizer spreader there, the slurry. So I'm not overly worried about it. But I want to see how this looks to get out here to the field just for a moment. Get her unfolded. You can open up the covers on there so you can dump in. So this is cool. This is cool. Okay. So it's on that one. Now if I do N again, it switches. Oh, it's just going to go back one to the other. Okay, maybe it's U. How do I switch around here? No. Okay, close cover, yeah, I know. I thought this was going to be like some of the other pieces of equipment where it actually moves from one to the other, but perhaps not. Perhaps so. Maybe I'm just an idiot. It could very well be both. There you go. I'm going to turn this thing on, pull it on through here. No seed in the tank. No fertilizer in the tank. I haven't filled it up. But I just wanted to see how she felt with this tractor. And it handles it pretty darn well. Honestly, I don't think that's overkill. It's, I mean, we're here on flat land, so it's working fine. You get into some hills, yeah, you're going to feel it probably a bit, I would imagine. I can kind of feel the weight. But overall, that is not bad, especially in flat here, so I'm happy with that. Retracts good and quick. Nice piece of equipment right there. Next up is a bit overkill for the next things we're going to be pulling, but they're the tractors I have sitting here, so that's what I'm going to grab. We're going to scoot down here, grab either the fertilizer spreader or one of the slurry tank spreaders here. And we do, of course, have the big slurry tank right back there. In fact, maybe that's what we should put one of those big ones on, but for now, I'm going to put this on the sulfur. This here fertilizer spreader. Back up to it, and see, yep, our hydraulics do indeed connect. You can see. Yeah, that thing actually has some girth to it, that spreader. It's a big one. Let me go ahead and see if we can't. Yep, we got the roll tarp on this one as well. Undo the arms. Yeah, dude. That's got some good reach. I'm gonna try some of this stuff out, man. I'm excited to use some of this equipment. It's a nice addition to the game, that is for absolutely sure. I'm pretty sure that this would handle all of this absolutely no problem. Again, I don't have anything filled in it, so I'm just gonna ignore that. But I do think that's a nice big unit, nice piece of equipment, one that I'm very interested in personally. We got another pretty decent sized tractor sitting here, so we're going to put it on that enormous slurry spreader right back here by the other Versatile, the front loader. Back our happy little butt on up. Look at us wag our butt, we're so happy. There we go. We're hooked up. Now this thing's huge. Appears to have a drop axle on it. Let me go ahead and see if I can't figure this one out. So you unfold like that. Okay, so that thing's going to get some acres. Holy heck. That is wide. All right. And then you can lower the lift axle there. Now that one's turning up front. Very cool. You can get yourself some more traction. Is that a steerable lift axle too? Yes, it is. Not bad, boys. Not bad. You got a lot of cows? You can definitely utilize their slurry with this thing. Now, I'm not going to pull these ones out into the field because you get the idea. This one unfolds just like the other one did. It is just a little bit smaller. And this one, you actually have to put the rear attachment on, and it has the, here, I'll show you. Slurry tools here. So you go into your slurry tools, you find you out which one of those you should use with this bad boy right here. Looks like it's going to be this one right here. So then this would attach going to the ground. It's a direct injection of the slurry. And there were a couple other little things. Apparently, we have some kind of chassis, some kind of dolly maybe. Okay, that chassis is for this. Very interesting. And that has a PTO hook right there. Huh. Definitely interesting. So just another way to pull it around, another way to store and haul your slurry. You can see that PTO hook would hook in right there in that chassis. So that's interesting. Good to know. But y'all, that's pretty much everything to my knowledge that is here in the Prairie and Plains DLC for Farming Simulator 25. If you want to check this out yourself, you can go and pick it up on Steam, pick it up on Giants, wherever you want, using the links in the description down below and such. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any answers to some of the questions that I asked throughout this process, let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you all later.